And I used to do this, but I'm finna come back in business, start back making videos, cause by seeing people play MOBAs like this, they really don't understand how to really play them. So the god we're finna learn today is Wukong. Go over his powers and what's good to build on him. So his abilities, he got the staff. He just basically stand it, hit him in a straight line. Simple. You got the damage 80, 120, 160, 200, and 240. That's basically when you level up. Cooldowns are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Y'all got that simple. Wukong strikes around. This is basically he's spinning his stick around doing damage and he slows the enemies. Simple. This is his transformation. You got a bird, which that's the fastest one. You got the tiger. If you run into the enemy, you stun them, doing massive damage. Love it. Then you got the ox, basically, knocking through enemies or just playing with the enemy, stuff like that. If you really want to kill an enemy if they're running, depending on how far the enemy is, you want to use the tiger to stun them. Pressure X, that's what spin the staff, and pressure square, which is basically hitting the staff in the line. If they're too far and you're trying to chase them, you want to go with the bird. That's the fastest of all the animals he can transform into. If they're close range, you can use the ox just to knock them up. Simple, basic. His ultimate basically it's a charge up. I'm gonna let you. It's not instant. You gotta charge it up. Not like a raw or anything, but it's gonna take 5 seconds. So basically, you just leap in the air, and you can choose where you want to land. While you in the air, you gain health regen. That's very important in team fights. It can save you, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna read this to you. So it says healing 5% per second. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. The damage is 200, 250, 300, 350, and 400. It's very, very good. And undefeated body. When Sun Wukong gets below 40% health, he gains 10 plus physical power and 10 plus protection plus an additional 2 physical power and 1 protection for his current level. So let's go to the build. I sat down, actually read through. Beautiful. So you, depending on how tanky you want to be, you don't have to get speed. You can get this card, which is like, I'm gonna go to the descriptions. This card, using this item restores 75 health plus 12 plus health per level and 30% mana to all allied guys within 35 units. Allies affected by meditation cloak have their abilities mana cost reduced by 30% and their abilities cooldown reduction 1 second upon use. You can use that, or you can use what else? Go to the consumables. This is not consumables, it's a relic. Or you can use this, just immune to things for a certain amount of time, which is really good depending on if you're tanky. Like full tanky, them two are really well. If you want to go bruiser, I will prefer you to use this card right here and the speed card, which is right here. Basically just give you speed for a certain amount of seconds. Really good for his escaping. I play Conquest a lot, so I use these two cards. You don't have to refill them or keep buying them little potions for 50 coins. I normally go with them boots. I don't know how to, like, what's it called? I don't know how to show you in the passive they got, so I'm gonna have to keep doing this. I used to use these. It's 10 physical power, 75 health, 20% crowd control reduction, 18% move speed. This is really good early game. It's highly good early game because I love playing solo, love tanking or playing bruiser, and it's a lot of people with crowd control that hurts early game. Passive, every time you are damaged by a god, you gain a stack that provides 3 physical and magical protection, stacking up 6 times, lasting for 6 seconds. That's lovely. How you remove clear? Okay, I guess I can. I just go through each one with y'all. This is just pin. It's 30 physical power. The passive. Your physical damage ignores 20% of enemy's god physical protection. If the god has over 65 physical protection, this effect scales up to ignore a larger percentage of their physical protection. This caps at 40% physical protection at 175 or more physical protection. Love it. That's nice. And this, just read this card. It's not defense, offense, lifesteal. It's 40 physical power, 200 mana, 10% physical lifesteal, 10% cooldown reduction. Each time the passive is each time anything dies near you, you gain a stack. Guys, large jungle minions and jungle bosses provide 5 stacks. At 100 stacks, Soul Eater evolves, gaining 10 plus physical power and allowing your physical abilities to heal you for 10% for the damage dealt. That is, man, that's crazy right there. So think if you a Chuck, you already got a ability that heals you. You throw your sword, dude, and heals you even more. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. He got that card. I don't know what that. Oh, it's right here. It's 40 physical power, 50 magical protection, and 10% cooldown reduction. Passes whenever you take magical damage from an enemy ability, you unleash a shockwave that silences all enemies within a range of 30 units for 1 second. This effect cannot trigger more than once every 30 seconds. I like that because you're silencing your enemy you're trying to kill. And mages are squishy, and with Wukong you can get to mages quickly due to your transformation. So that's beautiful right there. They should have triangle or something where you can just read the description of it. Sorry for doing that. What is it? Lifesteal? It's not like it's attack speed. It's an attack speed. This card is 40 physical power and 15% attack speed. Passive, if once basic attacks hits, deal physical damage equal to 3% of the target's maximum health. If the target have over 200 health, the bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 5% of the target's maximum health at 2,750 health. That's good. So if you have basically this card and this card, you're basically just shredding that target. Think about it. Because this card ignores what 20% of the protection. If they're building physical protection, it scales up more. And I think the physical protection have health, so that's shredding their health too. This is basically lifesteal. This is lifesteal. It does 15% physical lifesteal, 20% attack speed, and 10 plus physical protection. Man, I can't speak. The passive is if you drop below 35% health, you gain an additional 25% physical lifesteal for 5 seconds. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. So that's good to, 25% physical lifesteal. That's a lot of lifesteal. That's a lot of lifesteal. And I got attack speed in here. So basically this build is just really all over the place. It's like build depending on what your team is or the enemy team is. If the enemy team are squishy, but your team is not doing well, you can build bruiser. If they need you to be tanky, you can be more tanky, stuff like that. That's a good card too. Let me explain it to you. Is it in attack speed? I don't know if it's in attack speed or not. I don't think so. It's in power. I know it's for sure in power though. Basically this is 30 physical power, 10 plus physical penetration, and 10% move speed. Passes every successful basic attack. Gives you 1 stack. At 5 stacks, Your next ability deals bonus damage equal to 100% of your physical power to the first enemy got hit. For me, I love playing solo, so that card right there is wonderful. And plus, on Wukong, you know you got the stick that you can stand and hit them in a straight line, and I can land that for sure. So that right there is good. These right here, oh man, let me explain to you. Oh my god, that's the passives on these are just sexy. Like, whew. It's the shield. It's something with the shield. Here it is. So it's 15 physical power, 30 physical penetration, no protection, and 10% cooldown reduction. I know you're thinking, why I get this card when other cards give me 80 physical protection, all that. Let me read you the passive. Anytime you hit an enemy guy within an ability, with an ability, you heal for 2.5% of your maximum health and mana. This can only trigger once per ability. With Wukong, you have plenty of abilities. Come on now. So think about if you do. Oh crap! I ain't add the card. So think about if you do this card and this card, you're healing like crazy. Think about it. Then if you do this card and this card, you're shredding their health and physical protection. Think about it. It's beautiful. Alright, that card is good too. That's physical protection. It's 80 physical protection, 200 mana, 20 MPS, which is mana per second. The passive reflects 25% of all basic attacks damage back to the attacker as physical damage. That's good for solo laning, one-on-one. This card here basically gives out Aurora, I think I'm saying it right, in a range. Something like that. It's 300 health, 40 plus physical protection. See, I was right. Aurora, all enemies within 25 units are dealt 40 magical damage per second. That's really good, because if you're tank, you're still doing damage, stuff like that. Just be careful in towers, because that still works as, you know, damage per second. You feel me? So there they go right there. And then the last card before this video is over, I think it's this one. It's 200 health, 15 plus health per second. No, it's not this one. It's not this one. It's this one. It's 400 health, 25 health per second, and 15 mana per second. Passive is if you hit by a knock up, knock back, pull, or grab, you gain 15% of your maximum health over the next 10 seconds. Can only occur every 60 seconds. The passive, you regenerates 2% of your max health every 5 seconds. That's a good card if you're going tanky. So if you're going, man, my team not doing enough, I need to be more tanky, I need to be in team fights longer for, you know, enemies to use your abilities on you and they can just clean up. You want to do this, and of course, you know, just basically all that. You know, you got your boots, and I don't know, if you want to have lifesteal, you can do this or this. If you want to shred their protection, you can do this. If they are tanky with health but no protection, you can do that. So this build is basically all around the place. It's up to you on how you want to build him with this type of build. You can do bruiser, you can do full tank, you can do full power. It's up to you. But you know, my name is Deshaun. I'm coming back. I'm legendary. Feel me? I love this game. I'm out.